Long before the hum of modern electricity and the glow of neon lights, there was a civilization that many historians claim was lost to time, a place whispered about in old journals, secret maps, and fragmented texts. This civilization, known as Tartaria, stretched across vast swaths of what we now call Russia and Central Asia. Its cities filled with magnificent palaces, monumental structures, and an architectural sophistication that seems almost impossible for the era. But what truly sets Tartaria apart is not its grandeur, it is the energy that powered it. Imagine walking down streets where the night was never truly dark. Not because of torches or lanterns, but because of strange gas lamps that seemed to burn with a light unlike any other. A soft, persistent glow that needed no fuel, no maintenance, no visible source. Locals called them forbidden lamps, and tales describe how they illuminated grand avenues and public squares while the rest of the world struggled in darkness. Travelers who stumbled upon these cities described a surreal scene, light spilling over cobblestone streets as if the night itself were afraid to intrude. Some scholars argued that these lamps were nothing more than elaborate myths, the product of imagination or embellishment. Yet old photographs, engravings, and eyewitness accounts suggest otherwise. One traveler wrote in his diary in 1872, "I saw lamps that burned silently, with a brilliance unlike gas or oil. They cast no smoke, emitted no odor, yet the streets were bathed in a calm, almost ethereal light. I knew instantly I had witnessed something forbidden, something the rest of the world had no right to see." The question that haunts historians and conspiracy theorists alike is this: what powered these lamps? Some speculate Tartarians discovered a lost form of energy, perhaps harnessing natural forces long forgotten, or tapping into a technology far beyond their time. Could it have been magnetism, piezoelectricity, or something we have yet to understand? Every attempt to uncover the truth has been met with mystery. Factories, manuals, and blueprints, if they ever existed, disappeared without trace, leaving only fleeting mentions in travel logs and suppressed publications. Even stranger, when Tartaria fell or was erased from history, as some suggest, the knowledge of these lamps vanished too. By the early 20th century, cities across Europe and America still relied on flickering oil lamps and gas lights, struggling to illuminate the night. Yet somewhere in the archives of the world, images of these luminous streets, these forbidden lamps linger. They whisper a secret, that light in the hands of the right minds was once limitless. By the late 19th century, curiosity about Tartaria's lamps reached the ears of inventors, scientists, and explorers. One such figure was Nikola Tesla. Though many know him for his experiments with electricity, some accounts hint that he may have been aware of the ancient technology that powered Tartaria. Tesla himself once wrote about energy drawn from the ether, a limitless force surrounding the Earth, and some theorists believe he attempted to recreate what the Tartarians had mastered centuries earlier. Travelers' diaries from this era revealed chilling encounters with these lights. One Russian engineer, sent to study remnants of Tartarian cities, described entering a grand hall filled with lamps that glowed as if alive. He wrote, "The lamps seemed to breathe. Light pulsated softly, almost as if they were aware of my presence. I dared not touch them, for I feared that the knowledge they held was meant to remain hidden."
But why were these lamps forbidden? Records suggest that Tartaria's energy system was more than just illumination. It was power itself. Entire cities ran on it, Machines, vehicles, and even military devices, some argue, were powered by this energy. If the rest of the world had discovered it, the balance of power would have shifted dramatically. Could this be why Tartaria was systematically erased from maps, textbooks, and public memory? Some historians propose that Tartaria's downfall wasn't a natural collapse, but a deliberate suppression orchestrated by emerging empires who feared a civilization with access to such advanced energy. Even today, remnants of these lamps exist. Fragments of glass, twisted metal, and faint traces of inscriptions hint at a language of energy unknown to modern science. Photographs taken in the early 1900s show mysterious lamps standing in deserted squares, their glow still captured by the camera even as surrounding streets fell into darkness. These images, dismissed by mainstream historians as trick photography or exaggeration, continue to fuel debates online and in secret societies obsessed with hidden history. Then there are the stories of those who tried to replicate the lamps and vanished. Factories that claimed to reverse engineer Tartarian light technology reportedly burned down overnight. Inventors disappeared under mysterious circumstances, leaving only journals filled with cryptic symbols and incomplete diagrams. The forbidden lamps seemed determined to keep their secrets, as if the knowledge they contained was too powerful, too dangerous for ordinary human hands. Even as the 20th century roared into the age of electricity, Tartaria's forbidden lamps remained a ghostly enigma. Entire libraries of knowledge vanished, archives were destroyed, and eyewitnesses aged into silence. Yet hints of their existence kept resurfacing: an old blueprint tucked in a European museum, a faint engraving in a Russian palace, a photograph capturing a street alive with inexplicable light. Each clue whispered the same question: what if the energy of Tartaria was not truly lost, but hidden? Modern researchers and enthusiasts have scoured the ruins, poring over architectural marvels that defy conventional engineering. Grand Tartarian buildings, adorned with intricate domes and towering spires, suggest a civilization that had mastered not only light, but structural design beyond what even today's architects might attempt. And everywhere these structures appear, so too do traces of the forbidden lamps, carefully placed yet unmistakable in their purpose. Some dare to speculate that fragments of Tartaria's technology have survived, hidden in plain sight or locked away by secret societies. Could a single spark of this energy, if understood, change the way we power our world today? Imagine cities bathed in perpetual, clean, self-sustaining light, machines that hum without fuel, and a civilization capable of harnessing energy from the very air itself. The implications are staggering and terrifying. Yet the greatest mystery remains human. Why, despite centuries of curiosity and effort, do we still know so little? The forbidden lamps of Tartaria challenge our understanding of history, science, and the limits of human ingenuity. Were they simply a myth, or was this a civilization that reached heights we have yet to imagine and were punished or erased for it? As night falls over modern cities, we stare at electric lights that flicker and hum, unaware that somewhere in the shadows of forgotten maps and vanished empires, a light once burned brighter, purer, and freer than anything we have ever known. A light that might, one day, return, and when it does, it could illuminate not just the streets, but the very secrets of our past. The forbidden lamps of Tartaria are more than a story. They are a challenge, a puzzle left by history, daring us to question what we know and to imagine what we have yet to discover.